Hello, Gemini. Welcome. I'm Ryan. Thank you for being here. It's going to be a general reading, so of course everything may not resonate. Take what does and leave the rest. And for more tarot readings after this, please check out my wife's channel and probably do 3 tarot pictures review as well. Thank you. All right, let's see what's going on. Excuse me. It's a nice energy. One moment. Yeah, very nice energy, Gemini. Okay, so jumping into this, what you're showing me is you don't know what the path ahead of you has in store. But at the same time, you're also kind of like saying, but I'm not completely out of luck. I am ultimately trying to figure out how to find my way, literally. You're showing me that you're on this path trying to consider which direction you truly ultimately want to go. And so it's just definitely a matter of literal simple consideration. Considering what your options are, considering this path, that path, entertaining this idea, that consideration, that sort of thing. And you're kind of showing me, well, I have done that, and I'm just going to listen to what my instincts are going to tell me. Very matter of fact. And right away, just like that, Gemini, you're like, well, what are my instincts? You're kind of like saying this energy of common sense. That's funny. That's funny. But let me just look at this for a split second. Yeah, what do I have? Let me have a conversation with myself real quick. Okay, cool. There's something there. I like that. I like that. So right now what you're doing is you're figuring out specifics about this, whatever this is. Well, there you are, Gemini, showing up. You're putting something together for yourself. I'm not too sure exactly what that's about, but you are. What is that? There's something here that it's like, whatever this is that you're putting together or formulating for yourself, you're having to move just as fast. So even though at the initial start of this, you show me consideration, you're wanting to move fast for this, but I don't know exactly what that's about. But I also feel like you could be dealing with someone. I feel like you are. For some reason, there's this emphasis, geez, Gemini. For some reason, there's this emphasis on communication, how you communicate. That determines quite a bit. It does. It determines quite a bit how you communicate. Don't know what that's about, but ultimately what you're kind of saying is the communication taking place currently. It's not having what. It's not getting you what you want. There's a whole list of communication when you go into all that. It's, you know, what you say, how you say it, what you mean, what you don't mean. Not leaving things up in the air to kind of, you know, guess what that could, you know, be. I feel like through the process, though, you are starting to understand and realize how, it's interesting. You're starting to understand and realize how much emotional energy you have to give and invest. But that's what's very interesting is there's this energy of trying to kind of learn from yourself as well as learn from the situation and the circumstances as to it's kind of like you are, but you're not. You are, but you aren't. You're like, once again, I'll consider it, but let's just keep focusing on moving forward. Yeah. I'll consider it. Yeah, so much energy here about moving forward. You're like, well, we'll see. We'll kind of see where this goes, where this leads. I have to kind of say this though, Gemini. That which does not bend ends up snapping. I'm looking at 777. That which does not bend ends up snapping, especially in a storm. Whether it be the storm of the mind, whether it be a literal storm, certain things have to bend and go with the flow a tiny bit. Otherwise, well, it depends how, strong it is or fortified, but interesting. Yeah. Control. It's a matter of control, Gemini. It's a matter of control. Like I said, when it comes to even communication, it's a matter of control. You can control how you talk, how you communicate, how you speak. Sometimes you can't control how others talk, communicate, or speak. But most importantly, it's how you communicate and speak. Because for some reason, that whole situation, that dynamic taking place between the two of you, that's what's kind of throwing this whole thing for a bit of a loop. And you're trying to figure out, like, you know what, I just want to move forward. This is still very important to me. At the same time, there's that energy of reconsidering the communication. Reconsider the communication. Something might not be having the result or the effect that you want because of how something's being communicated or expressed. Even though you're kind of showing me that there's this energy of stability, security, foundation that you want to, adamantly stand up for and fight for as well as defend, there's also, once again, there's this uneasiness to this energy of how something's being done. I'm not going to say aggressive, but how forward something is being done, to the point where even you're having the realization of, like, okay, even I'm getting myself a little bit lost or carried away in this whole energy. And so let me kind of slow my roll down a little bit, exercise a little bit of self-control. And that's what's fascinating, is this overall energy of self-control. That puts you right back on path. That puts you right back to where you need to be. It's an energy of how things are done, how you move, how you communicate, how you do things. It's all about easy does it, slow and steady, control and discipline. Whether it be through action or communication or whatever it is that you are doing. You're not showing me what you're doing. You're just trying to show me, you're trying to keep things on track. And so in order to keep things on track, you can't get things off track. Of course, if you are dealing with anyone, you could be dealing with a water sign, or fire sign, an air sign, or an earth sign. They're all here. Goodbye.